Sound check. Hey, Adam, how are you, Chi? You've been waiting since you've been waiting. Welcome, Adam, to the stream of Luke 114 spoilers review. I don't know if you've seen the spoilers already, but I really need to come up with an intro. Actually, I prefer it so. I think. Oh, now you don't want your real name to be out there. Hey, Tariq King, how are you? How are you, Tariq? So today we'll be just going back on the chapter that's been seen by Japan. Only Japan has seen this. Nigeria going to win. It doesn't seem like that. I really am looking at this chapter in a different perspective right now because what happened in the beginning of the chapter, we thought that no translation for the chapter. Yeah, that's what makes the spoilers so good. The fact that there is no translation at the moment. But what we've seen already shows that Isagi was capping at some point. Because many people thought that Isagi would score a goal in this chapter. Everybody was thinking that Isagi is going to do something insane, which I'm glad he didn't because after all, the match is just starting. But besides Isagi not scoring a goal right now, it seems like they are different, or Aiku is trying to adapt to the Nigerian team. Isagi is not going to do a goal. Yeah, Isagi is not. He is not going to score the opening goal at it seems. But we need to keep we need to be in the edge of our seats every day, dog. Like 6 people are watching the stream already. Yeah, dog. Like when it's Blue Lock and when Blue Lock is on the spoiler record, or when it's time for spoilers, Blue Lock goes insane. Rin will do the first goal. But it seems like Rin is having a quite hard time when it comes to this team or against Nigeria, because everybody is going against or is going for Rin right now. Everybody. And I would like to say that's the second time Isagi has done nothing. Isagi couldn't do anything against Nigeria, and it's the second time. First chapter Isagi didn't do anything first chapter, and he was like, I transcended and I see a path to victory. And I was like, whoa, Isagi. Like, you can be dope when it comes to adapting, but not at the start of the game. But it seems like Oliver Aiku is trying to do the same thing which Isagi has done, But that shows that Isagi has some kind of better IQ than Aiku when it comes to analyzing and taking down information. So if Isagi truly analyzed everything, I really want to say it because right now it really looks like he's capping a lot. He's capping a lot. But interesting thing is that Karasu devoured Onazi. One of the most interesting things, you need to do videos analyzing the spoilers. I will do videos analyzing spoilers, but I'm just afraid of copyright. If you have a lot of copyrighted material, you cannot monetize your chat or your channel. So Karasu devoured Onazi. Karasu of all people. Like, let me be clear with this, guys. It's not like Karasu will stop Onazi for the rest of the game, but the same trick won't work twice on Karasu. That's the last person I think you should put that thing on. And right now, Nigeria's weakest link is Onazi. I'm not saying that Onazi is weak, no, but they are weak when it comes to their connection to Onazi because it seems like they leave everything towards Onazi. Everybody is hoping that Onazi pulls something special, and it won't work when it comes to this Blue Lock team because first things first, they were shocked with the amount of talent that Blue Lock has already. Or it seems like that. Let me not say they were shocked because I don't know Japanese. So it seems like on the Nigerian team is bothered by the fact that Blue Lock has so much talent. And I think that they've come to realize that fact that Blue Lock has so much talent because when it comes to Hiyori delivered a spectacular pass on the first second of the game. Or let me not say first second, but during the first 30 minutes or 30 seconds of the game. He already delivered a lethal pass towards Rim. You know, after that, it's Shikiri now showing off his speed. You can tell that they're unsettled right now. France will win three all games. Yeah, I think France can have a undefeated streak. But if France wins three games, they have to play against Bullock again because Isagi will need a revenge match, something like that. But Nigeria is not winning this game, or they are not coming out of this game with a win. Okay, a draw is something that I can see in this match, but not a win. Not a win. It's impossible for them to pull off a win. You know, Mostly I am very pissed at Rio and Isagi. I am very pissed at Rio and Isagi right now. Genuinely so. I don't think anyone can blame me when it comes to that. I think each and everyone in the Bullock team has played a role or a certain role right now. But Isagi and Bachira and Rio have done nothing. Isagi, Bachira, Rio, like they are on fraud watch right now because what's being done around Rio and Isagi is completely unfair. Like Rio hasn't been able to stop anything or any kind of attack from Nigeria. And expecting what we expect from Rio, Rio copied all of the 23 remaining players in Bullock. For heaven's sake, he should have some defensive capabilities by now, but nothing. Two draw for Nigeria and one loss. And then will come in three and then England four. So that prediction is really dope, Tariq. I don't wanna lie. Because if Nigeria has two draws, which I think they can take from Bullock and England, but they cannot hope to draw with Loki. Let's just put that clear because with this kind of play, Nigeria is not going far against Loki. And then when you look at England and Japan, it has to be a straight win. Like, I don't wanna lie, I am sure that Ego is chasing after 5 points or six because anything like 4 points is not settled. You cannot be settled with 4 points because in the qualifying stage you can only play three games, so you can only collect 9 points. So each and every game carries 3 points. So in the qualifying stage it will be three games. And if Blue Lock loses this game, they are out. Let me be straight with that. Like if Blue Lock loses this game or draws this game, Blue Lock has no chance or hope of winning. You know, I don't see Blue Lock winning anything after this. The Blue Lock have more wins than England and Nigeria, then they will come second. So if Blue Lock has more wins than England, that means that Blue Lock has to beat Nigeria because England has a possibility of beating Nigeria. Nigeria can go out with straight three losses in this round. It is possible that they go out with three losses because any team right now that will draw or lose to Nigeria, I don't think it will cover the fact that this is the round of death. So if this is the round of death and Nigeria is the weakest team, going out with 0 points is not it's not a big of a stretch for Nigeria. I think Nigeria should be just satisfied with what they have right now because the type of football they have built in Nigeria or for the Nigerian U20 team is not good enough. There is no way that kind of philosophy is going anywhere in this tournament. Let's just be clear. So Blue Lock has an advantage when it comes to philosophy. Ego has won when it comes to that. I don't wanna lie. And it seems like Ego will beat a lot of teams when it comes to that. Because if you don't have aces that don't appreciate each other in football, it's either you have a team without aces at all. And that looks like Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't look like it has proper aces to fend for themselves. You know, Imagine Karas was the one to step in and stop Nigeria. The first person to like these guys play around Onazi. And that's dope from Karas. Let's give props to Karas, guys. Like Karas who pulled in a clutch play right now. Like low key, I didn't expect this much from Karas. The people I was thinking they could stop Nigeria's chemical reaction, it's either it was Rin, it was Isagi or Ike at the moment. I didn't expect that Nico would stop Onazi. I didn't expect that feat. I didn't expect that the first person to give Nigeria a wake up call would be Karas. Because I'm telling you right now, Nigeria will need a new play style. They will need a new play style to play around because once everyone in Blue Lock enters the zone, 9-2 France win. Ah, yo, Tariq, that's a wild prediction, dog. That's a wild prediction. That is a wild prediction. That's an insane prediction. Like there is no way any team right now would lose 9-2. I know it's possible, but that would be insane firepower from from France. You know, if they beat, because I only feel like it's only Nigeria that has a chance of losing like that in this round. Tariq, that's not fair, dog. That's not fair. But the 9-2 prediction, it's impossible, dog. It is impossible, I don't wanna lie, because there are a lot of things that will make sure that time is wasted in Plulok. I'm looking forward to a lot of fights in Plulok. There will be a lot of fights. I'm looking forward to that. And fouls and maybe VAR because we've seen that Ego has, or maybe who is this lady from Plulok? She has played or served as VAR. When there were times whereby plays were uncalled for or there were fouls, she was the one to call them out. So I'm really looking forward to VAR. And the best thing, guys, the best thing about the U20 tournament is the commentators. How how could I forget about addressing such an important thing? Like I've missed the Blue Lock commentators so much. I don't know if anyone feels the same, but Blue Lock hasn't been the same without the commentators. Because when we started the U20 match, we were used to playing football without commentaries or anything like that. But when they introduced commentators and blog, geez, I don't want to lie. You know, I don't want to lie. I know it's just the same characters coming back, but those guys were really missed when it comes to blog. And I know that they have a lot to offer because there are players in blog who didn't get backstories to, and commentators are very good when it comes to that. Commentators are very good when it comes to giving you flashbacks, even though you don't need a full flashback, but a commentator can give you a rundown of where this player is from and what this player can do. So I really hope that these commentators will save us from flashbacks because we don't need many flashbacks. Like we won't know each and every player's backstory. No, it's impossible. And with regards to the commentators, I need to give a shout out to the spectators in Blue Lock. You know, Blue Lock has been fun, but right now it really feels like football with commentators and spectators. Hey yo, Oratile G, how are you? It's been a while since we were on the stream. It's been a while. It's been a min. So with commentators around, like it's just insane. It would be insane. It will make Blue Lock even better. I'm sure about that. Because those guys were going insane, especially when the game reached its final minutes. When the commentators were like, "Oh, it's so close. I really feel like a hero will come out in this game." I don't wanna lie, that was clutch for me. I really enjoy commentators when it comes to block. France will win Nigeria 9-2. Even I from France, even I from both France versus Japan 7-0. France versus England 2-1. Bruh, can you please take back that 7-0 prediction? Tariq, I really need you to take back that 7-0 prediction because we've been through a lot with these boys for us to expect them to lose 7-0. If there is any team right now in the U20 tournament that is capable of scoring 7 goals, it's France. It's not even France. What the fuck am I saying? It's it's Japan. Japan won't lose. What's going on in the chat? Now the chat is locked in today, and it's quite interesting to see the chat locked in like this, especially Edso and Tariq. Those guys are proper trolls. They're real trolls. They will win 7-0. No, dog. It can't happen that Bullock loses 7-0. My prediction for the France game, I don't want to lie. The France game, I think the score will be 4-3. And the 4 will go to Bullock at the end of the day, because if all the teams that come to the U20 tournament have four stars, like Nigeria, I don't think that's possible. And like England and Japan are equal, and there will be a 1 goal difference. I think that will be a very close game too. England versus Japan. It has to be a close game because England is more talented than any other nation when it comes to football. We were talking about this in the previous stream. England has real talent when it comes to football, and I think the hardest game for Blue Lock will be against England. Trust me, you guys. The hardest game in Blue Lock, I think it will be against England because for Japan against France, if you shut down passes going to Logi, like the only way you can stop Logi is that you make sure he doesn't play too much football. You know, Logi can get 1 to 2 passes in a game, that's fine. But if Blue Lock makes sure that Loki doesn't get the ball, nah. In real life, not like Blue Lock. Oh, in real life, not like in Blue Lock, but even in real life, bruh, Japan is really good, man. Like, I really, really have to give it to Japan. Japan is really good when it comes to football. They've always put in such performances. They only lose when it comes to special teams. That's Japan for you. Japan stood their ground until they were knocked out by Belgium in the 2018 World Cup, which was an insane game. Japan versus I'm not sure if it was South Korea, but it was Japan because I remember the blue kids. So Japan is really good when it comes to football. It's really, really good. I don't know how to, but they do the most when it comes to football. They even perform better than most like African teams, which is insane. You know, Africa is Africa is supposed to be the most talented continent, but when it comes to Japan and football, we are nowhere close. We are nowhere close. I don't wanna lie because at the end of the day, Japan always qualifies for the World Cup. We have to address that thing. Even though in real life you might feel like Japan is weak in terms of football, but Japan is always there in the World Cup. That is, Japan is always participating in the World Cup, which shows that they're the best footballing nation in the Asian part of the world. When you take Asia and all of those sides in the world, like Japan comes in first, without a doubt. And I think that Blue Lock is trying to show that fact that Japan is not that far off when it comes to football, but they really need to evolve egos of footballers in Japan. Otherwise, the talent they do have the talent in Japan. They do, no cap. In this tournament, I really think that Blue Lock might be able to beat Nigeria, not even Nigeria, but France. Because if they can stop everyone who is playing around Loki, I think Blue Lock has the win. Hey, Game, how are you, Heck? How are you, G? Welcome to the chat. But if they can stop Charles, that naughty boy needs to be stopped. If Blue Lock has a hope of winning against Japan, they need to first stop Charles. And then after Charles, stop everyone else, and then let Loki play alone. Because at the end of the day, you cannot play soccer alone. That's impossible. Bro, I am making a Blue Lock game. Really, dog? That's insane. That's insane. You are making, I am making you are actually going through the lens of making a Blue Lock game. That's insane, dog. Shout out to you. And I hope that it becomes a success, dog, because join my Discord. I don't have a Discord app right now, but I will try to. Don't worry. That must be a very hard gig to do, creating a Blue Lock game. So Will you start the game from fresh, or will you just make a proper football game and then give it give it block features or something like that? But that's dope. I don't know. 10 people in the chat or in the live stream. That's dope. People do love Blue Lock spoilers. Huh? Blue Lock spoilers have to be the best. Have to be the best. But let us check this guy's profile, because this is a small community at the end of the day, and we get distracted by people like this. If someone is doing something good, we better visit their channel. We make sure that we do all the time. But the anime community is put in. It's insane. The amount of effort that's being done in the anime community is insane. You'll find other guys doing thousands and thousands of views from just shorts. This person can get thousands and thousands of views from shorts only, which is something else. I don't wanna lie. Guys, the Discord is something else. I think most of us are disconnected from Discord. I don't know. Fans, if you're a Karasu fan, I think this is. I'm lagging. Fuck. I'm trying to check this. Oh, channel doesn't have any content. Okay, so sorry about that, cheese. I wasn't lagging. Bro, why are you lagging? I wasn't lagging. I was trying to check your account. Heck, you know. So your name is Sadir, I might presume. So I was trying to check Sadir's account. So he doesn't have any content right now in YouTube. But let us continue, guys. The most impactful page in this chapter, I think it was our captain. Seeing our captain Oliver Aiku like performing the way he is right now. Because I might say that Onazi jumped him at first. At first, Onazi shocked Oliver Aiku to his core. I don't wanna lie. Like Onazi gave Oliver Aiku a shock that Onazi can jump this far. But I think that Onazi hasn't entered his flow state right now. So we can put hate on the boy Onazi, but I'm telling you, cheese, Onazi will come back with some fire, because if right now he's at his peak performance, he will still have to evolve. Because if there is anything that Blue Lock is better in, Onazi is better than Aiko. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. When it comes to what, dog, Tariq, you can't say statements like that, especially not with our captain. Not with our captain. Because Onazi is better than Aiko. How? Because Aiko is not even a striker right now. But even if Aiko decided to become a striker, with the type of physique the boy had, like if Oliver Aiko became a striker, meta vision and all that, when it developed, I'm telling you, Oliver Aiko could have been one of the best strikers to ever exist. But it's because of Japan's philosophy that Aiku's talent was withered away. So what do you mean when you say Aiku is, or Onazi is better than Aiku? Bruh, Tariq, are you trying to start a war or something like that? Stop rage baiting us, dog. You can't rage bait us like that, dog. No ways. No ways. But nigga, you choked. I don't know what to say about that. Links can get copied in the chat. Oh. So I really think that Oliver Aiko could have been one of the best strikers to ever come out in Japan. I understand that Aiku right now is one of the best defenders to ever play in Japan's history, but I really think that the boy had the potential to become the best striker in the world. This is proven by him being the best defender in the world. And if there is a goal scoring defender in block, if we see a goal scoring defender in block, I really think that besides Chigiri when it comes to goals, I really think that Oliver Ike will be the top scoring defender in this tournament. if Oliver Aiko makes it to the final, or if Japan makes it to the final as a team, I really think that he will be the top scoring defender, because he has insane physicality. He can jump. Aiko can jump. So I'm expecting Ryu and Aiko to put in a lot of work when it comes to set pieces, because set piece specialist, I can look at Aiku, I can look at Ryu, I can look at Shido. Those are the guys that can fly. Kunigami can also fly too. I really think that Kunigami will be a person that contends for set pieces, even Rio, because Rio has a very cool physique. I think Rio will stand a chance against those crosses or those headers if they are put through. But since this is a game with corner kicks, I really think that we will be going back to the U20 type of 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 game, and then us having corner kicks, I think that would be dope. I don't wanna lie. Like commentators, corner kicks, free kicks, all those things, I think they will change how we perceive Blue as a whole. I'm really looking forward to it, but that will be insane hype. Trust me, guys, trust me. And then when you look at players like Nico and Karasu right now, let's let's give them props. Nico and Karasu now are the only block players standing on business, and it is expected of them because those guys were shown to be prodigies or talents that are real world class talents. So Karasu doing what he did to the Nigerian team, because Karasu didn't just beat Onazi. No, Karasu devoured the link between the Nigerian team and Onazi. So every time the Nigerian team decides or thinks of passing to Onazi, they will think, someone might be covering Onazi. And that will be a fear that sticks to them until the game ends, because ego awakens in development. So whose ego will awaken? Because a lot of players have potentials to awaken their ego, especially the Nigerian team. If there is a time or if there is a team that can teach Nigeria individualism, if there is a team that can show Nigeria how to devour other teams, I probably think it is Nigeria. Not Nigeria, but Japan. Because the individualism in Japan right now, it's just shocking. I know that right now the players are just playing in a safe way. I understand that. I didn't expect Chikiri to pass the ball or to cross the ball. And to my coach Chikiri, W to Chikiri for that pass, because at the end of the day, I can hear your voice, bro. You can hear my voice. You can't hear. I didn't expect Chikiri to pass the ball. Really? Is there anyone having that problem? Because I can hear the voice. I just checked the sound right now. I'm not sure if everybody has a problem with the sound or something like that. But sound is quite fine for me. My side has the sound. But I really think that Karasu has put in a show. LeBron. Who is LeBron now, and how does LeBron enter and pull up? How are you, Shrek? How are you? Welcome to the church. Sound is fine. Yeah, I thought so too. So I don't know who it's Bello. Bello is the guy with. I don't know who the Nigerian team is, dog. I really, really don't know the Nigerian team, and in terms of individuals, but the Nigerian team is in so much trouble right now that they need someone to bail them out. If all the side characters in Nigeria right now they don't step in, because they really need to show us something, because we saw what background characters can do to any team in block. Like when it comes to Barca, Barcelona, in terms of the one in the NEL, it had so many like side characters that it couldn't win at all. So I really think that the side characters will have certain talents to show. Even if, because in football, talents are copy and paste. Talents in football are copy and paste, Even if they can take skills from other players in Bullock and give them to random players, I think that would be fine. But if this is what we have of the Nigerian team, Nigeria is cooked. Nigeria is getting packed before the first half. No, I understand that maybe Isagi's play style may not work against Nigeria right now, or Rin's play style will not work. But as soon as Baru or Shiro comes in this game, everyone is cooked. Everyone is cooked. So I really think like the side characters and Bullock right now, they really need to be given something. Nigeria is cooked. Nigeria is really cooked. Nigeria is really cooked because when you think of the skill sets the current Bullock team has, like when it comes to raw skill and Bullock terms, the Bullock team is just outperforming a lot of teams in paper. Let's just say this, in paper, Bullock seems amazing. Because when you set the formation, you might think that your team is the best team in the world. And then when it comes to kicking the football pitch or when it comes to the pitch at the game, and then you feel like people are not performing as they should. You know. So I really hope that we will see each and everyone in Bullock come in touch because if we can see them working in a trends, because we know that trends are important in Bullock. So if you can see them in trends, is like that would be insane. I don't want to lie. Genuinely so. I don't want to lie. Because if there will be chemical reactions that will happen, we will need someone who will devour those chemical reactions. There must be someone who will devour chemical reactions because at the end of the day, the ball needs to go to the net. At the end of the day, the ball needs to go to the back of the net. So I don't care how much back and forth there is in this game. But I think at some moment we need to see the ball being played like a ball. I know this is an anime series, but if we don't share the ball in Blue Lock, I don't know how we are supposed to enjoy it because these rapid attacks are not working out. Like the rapid attacks are not working out. So we really would you slap baby Rio for 100k? No. What? Boy, Rio is a billionaire, dog. Tariq, Rio is a billionaire. You know, Rio is the heir of the Mikage legacy. So if I was in Blue Lock and I was given an opportunity to slap Rio or get 100k, I would ask Rio for 200k on the side. Because Rio seems like she's a fine G, especially to Nagi, because Nagi was promised all kinds of riches, though. Like, this is insane. Now that I'm off topic thinking about it, it's insane that Rio offered to give Nagi as a here's the Freddy Gold account thing. Oh my god. Here are the trolls. Okay, Shido Duo. Okay, Shido. Would I slap Shido for 100k? I would slap Shido for free, dog. But that is, I'm really, really when I was in if I was in Blue Lock, I would be afraid of Shido. Like I would be afraid of Shido. No jokes, no anything. But Shido is a monster, dog. Shido is a serious, serious monster. So if I was given an opportunity to slap Shido, I would pass. Dog. But what's insane is that Rin was able to go hand to hand. Like hand to hand combat against Shido is something else. Hand to hand combat with Shido is something to be given a clap on, because Shido is a monster, guys. Shido is just a complete monster. So when it comes to the Nigerian team, I really hope that this is not the best talent they have. You know, I really, really wish that this is not the best talent that they have because I don't wanna specify how many metavision users Nigeria needs. You know, Nigeria needs a lot of Metavision users to see the game as Japan, because Japan will be seeing this game in a very different perspective. These boys have got tier vision, like these boys have got tier vision. And how many players have meta vision there? It's Aiku, it is Nico, Rio. It's not confirmed yet, but Isagi saw meta vision in Rio. It's Hiyori, it's Karasu, and then it's Isagi. It is Isagi, you know. Now the Rio, the next awakening. Now the next awakening is going to be Shido. Dog, Shido's awakening is going to be insane. Shido's awakening is going to be insane. Bye, Freddy the Goat. Welcome back to me. But Shido would be insane, dog. If Shido were to awaken in any way or form, like, because in fact, let us say that we've already seen Shido awaken, dog. Bye, Chi. Bye, Adam. It's not a problem. But oh, here, here, here is Freddy. Freddy, stop trolling, dog. Freddy, stop trolling, dog. Please stop trolling for the day. Stop trolling. But if we were to have a Shido awakening, dog, if we really were to have a Shido awakening, it would be peak fiction to me, in fact. But I've seen Shido awaken. Like, I've seen Shido pass 2 times to Rin Itoshi. You don't believe me? I've seen Shido pass 2 times to Rio, to Rin Itoshi, I mean. So if Shido can pass to Rin, for me, he has already awakened. I don't want to lie. I really, really don't want to lie. Shido is going to score a goal from the middle field. From the middle field, I think that's too far. Scoring a goal from the middle field is too far. But I think a goal outside of the box for Shido is next. I think that Shido will have the ability to have, or to know where the penalty area is anywhere in the enemy's half. Because the game is just like that. You need to make sure that you perform, but you cannot score a goal from halfway line. No, that's insane, even for Shido. So I think like next Shido goals will be from out of the box, because we've seen him score the Big Bang Drive. Was it the Big Bang Drive? Yeah, that goal was out of the box, and that was the first of its kind from Shido, which was dope. W to Shido for that. But if we look at what Shido has done in the game, in the final game, you know, because I don't wanna lie, I didn't see Rin pass to Shido, which was good for me when I think about it now. Shido passed to Rin, but Rin didn't pass to Shido. So it shows that in some sense, guys, Shido is not the same kind of person he was before. No ways, dog. Like, we have to game of fortune. Come on, Chi. We have to understand that Shido is different right now. Shido has had 2 chemical reactions. Not even 2. It's 3. Because there was a time where there was a time whereby Kaiser and Isagi were working together, and then when Kaiser shoots the ball to the goal, when Kaiser had a shot on target, he didn't stop the ball, and then the ball fell to Isagi by fate, and then Isagi tried to score the goal, and then Shido was there, and then everyone was shocked in the PXG team, especially Charles. Charles was like, "Wow, did I just see a Rin and Shido chemical reaction?" I don't wanna lie, I almost shed a tear at that time. I almost cried, jeez, because that was that was a full circle moment to me when it comes to Bullock. You know, that was a full circle moment. Seeing Shido pass to Rin, even the cross that Shido made to Rin. If Kaiser and Isagi went there to stop that pass, PXG could have buried, like, they would have buried the German team, which is Busted. What was the team? Munich or Busted Moonshine, something like that. So I really think that Shido is a really different person right now. Is different, So if there was a time where Isagi wanted to form chemical reactions with Shido, right now he can do that because I really really like the Shido that we have right now. Since Itoshi Sai for the fact, since Itoshi Sai, we have to admit that Shido hasn't been the same. Game for blocks. Come on, Tariq, dog. I really think I feel like that's still you. If that's not you, that's still Adam. You can't fool me twice. Nah, I'm built different. Nah, Tariq, bro. We know Tariq's tendencies nowadays. In this chat, we know that we don't mess with trusters. This is Tariq. Yeah, I know that. But I'm really looking forward to what Shido will bring to the team, guys. Shido is a very different player than he was because after Itoshi Sai, I don't wanna lie, he Shido was shown being relaxed. I've never seen Shido this relaxed. Why we don't know, but Shido came back to Blue Lock wearing the Japanese tracksuit, and he was calm. He was just sitting back and just relaxing, you know. And then it came to the NEL. They were subbing Rin and Shido. They were alternating them, and I was like, okay, I see how that is possible, but how do you have Shido and Rin in the same lineup? You know, I thought that was impossible until Loki did something insane. Loki was like, you know what? I'm gonna play these guys together. But that's not what I'm trying to get to. The fact that Rin and Shido were sharing the same locker room, they had a healthy rivalry. Like, for God's sake, I don't know how many times people would have liked to see that in Pull Up, but we have seen Rin and Shido having a healthy relationship. I know that expecting the boys to have a conversation is something else, but I really think that Shido is going to be different. I really think that Shido is going to be different. And if Shido is going to go back down to zero, bro, Rin is gonna get subbed out for Shido, and then maybe Bachira or someone shit for Bar dog. And so I think that would be the greatest substitution to ever exist. Because Baru being in the striking position, it's not that good for his predator vision or his way of scoring goals because Baru needs to be around a group of players so that the goalkeeper loses focus. So Baru can be in a very better position to score that kind of a goal when he is in Bachira's position right now. I know that he doesn't have the midfielders like roles, or he isn't capable of playing with as a midfielder. But when it comes to sheer shooting ability, Baru is number two in Pull-up. As number two in Pull-up, I don't wanna lie. So a lot of things have happened in this chapter that just shows the things that are going to be done when it comes to the final stages of this game. The final stages of this game will be something different. And I won't lie, I really would like to see Rin getting an injury. But of course, Rin is not going to have an injury before he gets to play with Sai Itoshi. So I think somewhere in a game with Sai Itoshi, Rin will have to go through an injury. Because Rin is taking the fun out of Blue Lock. I don't know. If there is a player that suck out the fun out of Blue Lock, it is Rin Itoshi. I'm not saying that he should injured out of hate, but I really think that things will become more difficult for Japan when Rin is not on the field. Japan will play in the most, or they will be peaked when Rin is not in the field because while Rin is on the field, dog, I think anything is possible for Japan. We've seen Rin do the most, and right now I'm really looking forward to the Rin versus Onazi fight. Let me just put in a let me just set a poll. Onazi versus Onazi versus Rain. Let me just one interaction poll here, a young poll. So Onazi, Onazi or Rain. Because Onazi right now is the hero of Nigeria. And if there's one thing that Rin hates the most, it's just heroes. You know. So Rin won't like the fact that Onazi is acting like a hero in a football pitch. That's the last thing Rin wants. So if there is anything that Rin wants to devour in this game, it will be Onazi. So I am really expecting to see what the community will say, when it comes to Onazi and Rin. But the poll is there, guys. I would really like to hear your votes or see your votes. Onazi is getting a first vote. So the first vote goes to Onazi. So one person already thinks that Onazi is better than Rin. So state why. You know, we would like to hear the reasons why you think that Onazi is better than Rin. You know, I really would like to know why Onazi is considered to be better than Rin, because with everything I've seen from Rin Itoshi, Rin Itoshi Bra has shown us that football is something else. You know, there are people who can play football because they are talented learners and they are geniuses. And when it comes to being a pure genius, I think Itoshi Sai is number one, or Itoshi Rin. Itoshi Rin is number one. And if Sai is a talented learner, if Sai Itoshi is a talented learner, you guys, I won't lie. I really won't lie. If Sai is a talented learner, it will be a very good, good feat for him, because it will explain why he can't keep up with geniuses. But let's speak in terms of meta vision. Do you think Sai is a genius? You really think that Sai is a genius? The genius Itoshi Sai. But with everything that we've seen from Itoshi Sai, like let's start here. Okay, when we go through Isagi's like characteristics of egoist, we know that there are people with the free ego and then the restrictive ego, and then there are geniuses and then there are talented men. you know so it's either a player is talented and then he has a free, or he has a world class type of ego, or they have a restrictive ego. So when it comes to Itoshi Sai, I would say that Itoshi Sai is a talented learner with a restrictive ego. I think that Itoshi Sai performs better when he is restricted. When he's bound by something, I think that's when Itoshi Sai will perform better. And I think that would be the link between Rin and Itoshi Sai. But Sai, each and every play that Sai has done, it was like he wants the world to see him. Even if it's not the world, but every play that Itoshi Sai has made, it's not like through his own senses, because geniuses, like, they only do what satisfies them, or they only do what will make his talent. But I think it's all about logic when it comes to Itoshi Sai. When it comes to Itoshi Sai, I think it's more than like logic. And when you look at a genius midfielder, I think it is players like Ness. Ness has never shown us any ability like meta vision or predator eye. you know. And when you look at it, it's only Rin as a genius who has acquired a vision. It's Rin Itoshi only, because when you look at what other teams or what other geniuses, Noel Noah for the first genius, Noel Noah didn't look like he had any type of vision at all. Noel Noah just seems to be a genius. We don't know if Noel Noah is a genius, but he isn't shown to be a talented learner. That's what I'm seeing from Noel Noah. Noel Noah just looks like a random guy who has insane physicality and he's ambidextrous. So it was a God-given thing. So we would say he's a genius. But when you consider players like Max Nafi is not a genius. No, when you look at Isagi and Rin, because those are the two types of geniuses we can differentiate between. Max Nafi is not a genius. Max Nafi is a talented man. In fact, I would say that Max Nafi's best friend was the genius between the two. As much as I feel like Baru is a genius. In fact, why am I saying I feel like the king is a genius? Thank you for the likes, chance. I appreciate them. But Baru is a king, you know. So as Baru is a king like this, we have to understand that Itoshi Sai doesn't show any characteristics of geniuses. Itoshi Sai looks out for other people, dog. You know, Itoshi Sai seems like Isagi. You know, when Isagi was in a room full of geniuses, Chigiri, when Isagi was with Chigiri, Baru, and Nagi. Bear in mind, all of those three guys are geniuses, dog. You know, all of those guys are geniuses. Who was taking care of those three guys? It was Isagi. You know, that's the type of relationship that Isagi and Rin had. You know, not Isagi, Sai and Rin had. Sai was taking care of his little brother, which was Rin Itoshi. You know, so geniuses are not like that. Geniuses don't take care of anyone. Shiro, I've never seen Shiro take care of anyone. Never. You know, so I really think that Sai Itoshi is a talented man. And if it is, trust me, dog. Trust me. So I think the only genius midfielder that Blue Lock has right now is Sendo. I'm not sure if anyone might feel that too, but I really think that Sendo will be the only genius midfielder that they have. Oh, it's a 50-50 situation between Onazi and Rain. 6 votes already. No ways, dog. So a lot of people think, another vote. Rin is in the front. Yeah. Like it for the Rin Itoshi, you know. But I really, really hope that we will get to see the great domination of Rin when it comes to the end of this poll. I don't think is Onazi New Gen 11 level. Do you think that Onazi could stand a chance against players like Don Lorenzo? Italy would squash Nigeria. Why do you think Sai was shifted to middle field? There's a better striker at wheel Sai Itoshi. Okay, so the reason why I think Sai Itoshi was shifted to middle field is because I think it's because of the fact that he wasn't doing that good against Bani, you know. And I think that Sai Itoshi, it's not the fact that in real he was suffering, but it's the fact that he wasn't scoring so much goals. But I think anything around Isai Itoshi's play was good. That's why he was dropped. You know, I think he was given a ultimatum that you need to die as a striker, Sai. You know, I think that's what happened to Sai Itoshi. I think someone who coached Sai Itoshi told him that, dog, you need to die as a striker. You know, otherwise you're going back to Japan. I think that was the decision that, or the conversation that Sai Itoshi had at that time. They needed to tell him that, dog, it's either you change positions or we're dropping you from the team. You know, maybe the coach. Yeah, it's the coach. It's the coach that made Sai change. You know, because it's not like Sai is lukewarm or Sai is not. I say this because remember when he came back to Japan, I think that going pro is pointless and he should quit. Yeah, I remember that. You know, but when you look at it, you know, it wasn't Rin Itoshi trying to like break Rin's wheel of being a striker, you know. But I really think that at that time, Sai saw that following each and every move that he is doing, you know. And I think that Sai wanted to make sure that if Rin becomes a striker and he gets destroyed the same way he did, I don't think that Sai wanted to be the reason why Itoshi Rin became a strike. You know, that's why I think that Itoshi Sai and Rin had that argument. Because I think that at some point Sai was happy with the fact that Rin isn't willing to give away his striking role. You know, I really think that Sai was happy to see that his brother is not willing to go back in his dream of being the best striker in the world. But when it comes to that engagement between Sai and Rin did hurt Sai's emotions. But at the end of the day, I think that Sai wanted to make sure that if Rin becomes a strike, it's not going to come back and haunt Sai Itoshi. You know, I think it's the same thing that Itachi did. Itachi went rogue so that he can save Sasuke. So I think this was a way of Itoshi Rin just trying to show his brother that, you know what, dog, out there is hard. It's hard. And I don't want you to blame anything on me. And I want myself to break out of the thing that, because at the end of the day, the reason why Rin played soccer is because of Sai. You know, would Rin play soccer at the end of the day? I don't think Rin would have went to play soccer himself. Nah. But then again, why did Real put in an offer for Kaiser in the NEL? Maybe they want to have a lot of talent like Madrid in real life. Yeah, dog. That's the same confusion I have. I think that Real Madrid has been struggling with getting a strike in this generation. I think they've been struggling so much with getting a strike, you know, because they wouldn't be putting a big offer such as this one. I don't think that it would be possible. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Madrid's academy hasn't produced so good players. I think it comes back to Oratile's point. Madrid's academy, I don't think it's good with producing world class strikers. But the fact that they are looking for players such as Kaiser, it shows a lot from Madrid because if there was a player that took Sai's position as a strike, if there was a better striker than Sai Itoshi in Real Madrid, I really think that he would have been a new gen player. If you're better than Sai, you're a new gen player already, automatically or technically. So they couldn't find a better strike, or it wasn't their generation of strikers. But, so I think that Kaiser will stay behind in what you call what's this team in Germany, and I would like to see Shido and Rin going to Madrid because at the end of the day, Rin will stay in the academy for a period of time. You know, Rin is still going to be academy player for a while. I think he will be promoted at the age of 18 or so. I think Rin will only be promoted after 3 years from this. So it is insane because when you look at the quality of strikers that Bullock has, Kaiser is good. Dog, Kaiser is not just good. Kaiser is next level good. Guys, I don't think you guys understand the difference between Kaiser and other strikers. Because Kaiser has shown us that I still think the real striker and Barney are the next benchmark for Bullock players to match. To tell you the truth, I don't think Real Madrid was able to produce a strike. I don't think so. Because I don't think they would put in a big bid for Kaiser as this. For sure, I would be insulted if my team ordered another strike. You know, because we've seen Real Madrid. Real Madrid has been with Karim Benzema for 6 years. You know, and Karim Benzema wasn't even good because Karim Benzema reached his prime at the end of his career in Madrid. So when it comes to Madrid, I think that Madrid couldn't produce a striker. You know, and I think that is why Itoshi Sai became the best midfielder there is. I really think so. So will Itoshi Sai get to the Real first team? That's the biggest question. Will Itoshi Sai make it to Real's first team? I don't know if Chet has a thought on that, but I think that Sai Itoshi transferring to PSG would be fire. Who else thinks that transfer would be fire? Because at the end of the day, or maybe they want Kaiser because the striker is playing first team now. Ooh, dog. If the striker is playing first team now, I really think that Sai would have wanted to leave the team. Because if Sai is a new gen player and there is someone who is as good as him, and then they get promoted, and then Sai Itoshi gets left behind, I think Sai Itoshi would have a bigger grudge against that striker than Bani. Because what the fuck do you mean to come after me in Real and then become a pro before me? That's hard. I don't wanna lie. I don't wanna lie. So for me, round of 16 is gonna be against Italy. The quarters against Spain, the semis against Germany, and then the final against France. So, in when it comes to this tournament, the one interesting thing about the round of 16, all of these theories really come from Barney playing first team. But I think that Barney has devoured everyone who wanted to become a striker in Real Madrid. You know, I really think that if Barney destroyed Sai Itoshi, he destroyed everyone else in what you call in Real. And I think that's why Real Madrid has put a big offer on Kaiser, because even though Kaiser faces bigger threats than Kaiser was standing his ground with Loki. Kaiser didn't crash down when he was facing Loki. So I think they want Kaiser because he is a true egoist. Because at the end of the day, guys, Kaiser is a true egoist. I really think that Kaiser is the true egoist. I don't want to lie. Barney is already first team, and Sai too. And Kaiser is gonna come to Madrid as the first team. No, Kaiser is going to the Madrid as a academy player. Okay, it might not be an academy player, but it might be the U20 of Real. Because Kaiser going to the first team right now is a big. It's not even a stretch, though. Because I think Kaiser is fully evolved right now, gents. You know, Kaiser is fully evolved. If he can let go of his malice, but that's only towards Ness. But if the final play of Bullock came to another player, maybe a player that didn't have big ties to Kaiser, if he already got that final pass, I think Kaiser could have stood a chance to score that goal. So Kaiser, when it comes to being a striker, Kaiser is the best. When it comes to the all-round abilities of becoming a striker, I think Kaiser is going to be the best. So if Kaiser is going to the first team, I think that's going to be possible going inside. I don't know. So 62% to Rin Itoshi. Onazi is getting left behind. I don't wanna lie. Onazi is being left behind. This is really bad for the Nigerian king. Bro, Bunny destroyed Sai's dream. Yeah, dog. And the confirmation was so high, like from because guys, I don't know if you had the same feeling as me when you read that chapter. The first time or the first thing when I that went through my head reading that chapter, I was really excited with Isagi going to with Is you already saw Satir's game. That's insane. Is it done? I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked. I'm really, really shocked. So Sadir, you a Blue Lock game, G. Like, can he slow PC like mine play it? What? I, yeah. the leagues. So you guys, I really think that when it comes to Barney individually, Barney is quite a good character. If there is a final boss in Blue Lock, I think it is Barney instead of Luke. Luke doesn't seem like a final boss to me. The name is Ego Awakens. You guys, check out Ego Awakens, you guys. A new block game. Check out Ego Awakens. So, you guys, when it comes to Iglias Barney, I really think that the boy is him and he is the final boss of Blue Lock. Because the way that Barney and Isagi met, it was quite funny and interesting. That's how you meet your final villain. That's how you meet your final villain. So, does Barney have an aura of a final villain? Yes. So I know that Spain playing in the finals is just not as good as we want. Not the final boss, dog. I really think it is. He's him, dog. You know, because I really don't think that Loki can shake Blue Lock's ego that much. Nah, Loki cannot do anything to Blue Lock has, dog. So if there is a individual that can destroy Blue Lock in terms of destroy their egos, it's Barney. And I think that Isagi losing to Barney, that would set him up as a as a great rival, because at the end of the day, Isagi questioned himself if Barney was going to be his rival too. You know, would you think Sai, Don Lorenzo or Kaiser? Who do you like better, Sai, Don Lorenzo or Kaiser? Sai, Don Lorenzo or Kaiser? Dog, if I had to pick, or Barney, oh my god, the list just got more difficult. But if I had to choose between those guys, I really would go with Don Lorenzo. For me, it's Sai. Yeah, I would understand why Sai would become a good player for you at so, because you are a midfielder after all. So stop teasing. And so, can you please stop teasing midfielders for a second, G? Let's just talk about football. Me, I enjoy Don Lorenzo so much because the type of football Don Lorenzo shows, we don't see in real life. Kaiser got humbled. No, Kaiser didn't get humbled, dog. Like, at the end of the day, Kaiser taught Isagi football, and then Kaiser was given steps to evolve even better. You know, at the end of the day, Kaiser is still a bigger threat than Isagi. I understand that Isagi could have beat Kaiser in those few games. You know, Isagi beat Kaiser in those few games, but even Isagi was shocked. He was like, "Damn, Kaiser, are you a fucking superstar?" Because Kaiser showed us, yes, Adam. And so don't please midfielders here. We don't please midfielders. We want people who like wasn't Don Lorenzo a NEL master or not? No, Don Lorenzo was scouted by Snappy. Don Lorenzo is scouted by Snap, and Don Lorenzo has a very, very sad past. I don't know if between Kaiser and Don Lorenzo, I wouldn't know who had a sadder past or who has a more sad backstory. Because Lorenzo's backstory, dog, is it will cut you deep, dog. Like Don Lorenzo was a street kid. Don Lorenzo was a dead street kid, like scrawny with. When I saw that panel of Snuffy getting Don Lorenzo out of the trash, I was like, what the fuck? The way Snuffy dragged Don Lorenzo out of there, like it was dope. So Don Lorenzo has the greatest backstory and the greatest talent when it comes to football. How does it feel being part of my story, Cloud? So let me ask you this question. So if so, dear, let's go back to this. So when it comes to how does it feel being my clown, who did it better, Isagi or Papa Isagi? Did did Papa Isagi have a great imitation of "Good job, my beautiful clown"? Because like I really think that Isagi's father had a very good show. You know, how does it feel? Okay, that one I read. Yeah, but Kaiser is objectively still better than Isagi by miles, though, because when it comes to physicality, when it comes to physique, like no player in Globe could go against. Hey Sadir, can you say in the Discord server to sub to Freddy? You guys continue to shower me with love. Appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. But without being driven off topic, Kaiser is just way better than Isaac. Adam Yoichi, yeah, really, he deserved that number one play, that number one pledge. I don't wanna lie. Kaiser is way better than Isagi because Isagi might have the two gun volley, but let's be real, dog. You know, the two gun volley ain't a threat to anyone. The two gun volley, it's just at the end of the day, the two gun volley, it's a feint. I don't care if people think that Isagi's like final weapon is lethal, but at the end of the day, the two gun volley is a feint. And we saw that Karasu could stop the two gun volley, so it's not something that I would say is the greatest weapon when it comes to Isagi. So Isagi needs to Kaiser Impact needs to be nerfed, but Loki did some Kaiser Impact. I don't want to lie. So, do you guys think that Loki stopped that kick because it was the Kaiser Magnus impact, or because he can stop the Kaiser impact generally? Because that was insane. I don't want to lie. You know, the way the Kaiser Magnus impact was stopped by Loki, that was dope. So, is there a player who can predict? But at the end of the day, the Kaiser impact is still predictable. Because but hey, the Kaiser impact is nothing like the Magnus impact. Yeah, Isagi kinda trash for real. Isagi is not trash, but Isagi is just a player that Isagi is a player that represents the fact that you don't need to be a talent. You don't need to be talented in football. Because when you look at players like Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne didn't have any kind of talent to show when he was first shown in Chelsea. He didn't have his insane passing, but he adopted that passing in order for him to become the best. It's the same thing as Kaiser at the end of the day. Kaiser didn't become the best player, but he created the Kaiser impact for him to survive against geniuses. You know. Can you tell me Kaiser's worst nightmare? Let me think about it. What can be Kaiser's worst nightmare? For real, for real, for real. It's Loki. Kaiser's worst nightmare is Loki. It's not Isagi. At the end of the day, I think that Isagi and Kaiser are best friends, guys. Like we saw their depth. Once you have the depth, you're certified friends. Even though Isagi and Kaiser won't tell each other that they like each other, no, because I don't think that Noah and Igor had that kind of a relationship whereby they could show affection to each other now. So I really think that Isagi and Kaiser will be good friends at the end of the day. Funny talk for you. Prince hiding behind them. Let's see how you scream when I steal your crow. I really don't understand that. Don. Okay, so Don is Don Lorenzo. Funny talk for a prince hiding behind them. Let's see how you scream when I steal your crow. That sounds like Don Lorenzo for sure. Don Lorenzo sounds like that because Don Lorenzo is just a different character in Pull Up. I don't wanna lie. Goated, yes. Don Lorenzo is goated. So let me go check if we've got Do is better. Don is way better. Yeah, Don is a way better character than any other blocker will ever see. And when it comes to, let's talk about Don Lorenzo's talent for a moment. Because guys, a defender like Don Lorenzo can't be found anywhere. Even now in football, you will not wish to find a player that's good or that can keep up with Don Lorenzo because Don Lorenzo is a player that I've recently learned to be a libero. So a libero is a player that can take charge of defense and attack at the same time. So if you have a player that can control the attacking and the defense of the team at the very same time, that's a libero, and that's what Don Lorenzo can do. So being a monster in both attack and defense, give it, So I would really like to see Aiku become somewhat of a libero too. Okay, not even Aiku, but I think Nico would fit better as a libero because I feel like it's less riskier when Nico goes to the front than when it is Isagi, not even Isagi, but Aiku going to the front. So if there is any libero that I would like to see coming out of Blue Lock, if Nico becomes a libero chance, because we've seen Nico have great playmaking. Look at the rain or Onazi thing. I'm seeing the poll, dog. Like the poll is supporting rain. The poll has 11 votes, and it seems like 60% of those votes or 60% of the people feel like Onazi is getting devoured. Yeah, me too. I feel like that, because it doesn't seem like Onazi has tasted defeat. Like, do you think, guys, Onazi knows defeat? We need to see a proper register, a proper one. But I already know a proper register. It's Oratile, it's Adam, or it's Etso, it's Tariq most of the time, and then guys like Cosmo will pop in here and there, pop in here and there. But Oratile seems to be a very good character, and he seems to know much about streaming. You know, so I really hope to see. But guys, Oratile, you're going to be frustrated in my next stream. Though. I am really thinking that you will be fired up for the next stream because we are coming for you. We are coming for you, because this next stream will feel like it will be attacking Oratile. Even when I was thinking about the stream, I was like, Oratile will not like this one. I think you know where I'm going with this one too. Yeah, Sleeps is coming, is always in the richest. But my next stream will be how Roger was in this previous chapter because Roger showed us that he can be like Sanj at some time. So I want to see what Oratile's defense will be because the only person who made this you're gonna do a stream attacking Oratile. No, it's just that the relationship between Rayleigh and Zoro. So the only person who looked cool in this chapter of One Piece, it was Rayleigh. But Sanji and like you will see the thumbnail too, but Roger was in love, dog. Like Roger couldn't do anything. Like, can you believe that shit? Roger couldn't do anything. Rayleigh is a man. I understand. Rayleigh is aura farming, so I don't care about Rayleigh right now. Like I'm certain that Zoro and Rayleigh make the story boring. They are boring. Those guys are boring. Like, how can't you be moved by a beauty like Shaky? Come on, Rayleigh. Like what? Why do we need to keep on aura farming this much? Like, Adam, are you also a Zoro fan? You guys are not going to like my next stream. For sure. For sure. You won't like it, but the next stream is going to be hype and I will be hosting it today, you know, because I always no ways, no ways. Shake is not an exception for God or Atila. You are going down for this one. You guys, like the Zoro fans, you are going down this week. Zoro fans are going down this week, dog. Like, you know, in the in the face of beauty, you can't do anything. And then Sanji takes that even a step further, dog. No matter what kind of a woman you are, I'm not laying my hands on you. You know? Listen, don't make me expose Sanji. Nah. This is a Bullock stream right now on the TV. I know that you are fired up already, but let's keep it. Let's calm down a bit because the stream is coming. I won't disappoint today. Today I will be doing the stream. The fuck you mean we are going down? Every Zoro fan is going down, you know, because One Piece would be. In fact, I think this is what makes the trio so special, you know, because sometimes the trio or Sanji sometimes is weird, but sometimes Zoro is weird because this guy who brought up One Piece. Sorry, Orandile, sorry. But the next stream, I don't wanna lie. Sanji fans, we ate. This chapter was just for us, you know. At the end of the day, it was for us. But it just shows that Sanji is a troll at the end of the day. The fact Zoro is my favorite character. Zoro. Yeah, Zoro is a very good character too, I don't know. But in this chapter, it nailed into the coffin something. I have 5 figures of Zoro next to me. What? You have 5 figures of Zoro and they wanted poster too. Dog, like you're a next level fan. You have money, G. You really have money to buy action figures or figures online. You really have some paper. But yeah, you guys, let me just end this Bullock stream here for the day, and then we prepare for the One Piece ones because One Piece has covered great topics. I don't know that. And with that being said, and so stop doing that. Stop doing that. And so stop doing that, man. It's time to end the stream, and you are crying. And so stop doing that. It's time to end the stream. I know it's always sad to end the stream, but it's fine. It's fine. No, no. Thank you guys. Until the next stream, or until it's already pumped. I just disappeared from the. Who the fuck is here? Oh my god. This Blue Lock stream really has some motion to it. I mean, keep. But yeah, you guys, if you're a Blue Lock fan, please subscribe, you guys. This stream is already over for me to say, but I really would use a subscription. It would make a lot of difference. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, guys. Because we are Blue fans at the end of the day. We are egoists. As a true egoist, please leave a subscription on this channel so that when there's a next live stream, you can pop in and join. Because I also fuck up a lot. Like, I don't ask people to subscribe, and if I don't ask, I won't get any subscribers, which is fucked up. So please, you guys, please drop some subscription there. Some subscription. Yes. But besides that, the Blue Lock chapter is out. We're waiting for translations, and we will make theories and predictions. Like, I really should do some Blue Lock predictions because Blue Lock predictions would go hard. I won't wanna lie, because Blue Lock is the same as soccer, and prediction in sports is one of the best things you can do because you can go wrong in many ways. So if you're interested in Blue Lock streams, please subscribe, because I really have a small community that I usually chat with. Guys like Edsul, Eden, I have Oratile, I have guys like Sleeps, Tariq. Those are the guys I usually hang out with, and I do get new subscribers daily. But I figure that if I could have asked maybe the 300 people that came into the stream, if I asked each and every one of them to subscribe, I would have been maybe in 150 subscribers right now. But I'm on 104 because I'm too lukewarm to even ask for people to subscribe. Even though I understand that the only reason that has led you to this stream is because you're an anime fan. You wouldn't be in this stream because of any reason, because you just saw Karasu as a thumbnail and you're like, that's interesting. Let me see. It's only those that know about Karasu and Onazi right now who clicked on this video. So I know that I might not have all the streaming tools needed. I might not have your what you call. I might not have your gaming PC. I might not have proper internet. But at the end of the day, we just need to grow the community, and then that will come after. I think. Gaming PCs and all that will come after because those things are quite expensive, and gaming PCs are luxuries. So if you're a true egoist and if you're a Bullock fan, please subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm sure you came in so late, like we discussed the chapter thoroughly, but if you have any thoughts, drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm still here, but I really need to disappear before. Etsu is back. I really wanted to disappear before you came back. Oh my fucking god. My G, you still here? Yeah, I'm still here, G. Like, I just wanted to switch off the stream. I couldn't end the stream before. I just did something fucked up and I wanted to end the stream. But yeah, guys, let's meet on our next stream. Like, Adam, from the west side of Soweto, South Africa. Much love appreciated from Richie. If you're a Blue Lock fan, drop a subscription and we out. This gonna be your most viewed stream. Yeah, for real, dog. For real. And is it okay for me to not ask people who view our streams to subscribe? Like, when I see viewers, like maybe if I see viewers getting to 7, 8, 15, should I tell them that, yo guys, you need to subscribe, or should I just leave them be? If they love the content, they subscribe, or should we force these egos to subscribe? I don't know. I'm truly at a loss when it comes to that. But there's a recent video I've been watching that says, if you don't ask, you won't get. If I don't ask people to subscribe, they won't at the end of the day. But people hate subscribing in channels. People don't like subscribing. So let me go prepare for the next stream also, because I don't wanna make it long, because I might come back for a Blue Lock stream. I don't Blue Lock has too much motion. Even Baki, tell them to sub. Yeah, I will tell them to sub. I really have to cheat because a lot of people watch our streams. Like, a lot of people be joining in our streams. For sure, right now I'll find out that 200 and something people watch the streams, and with that number, at least I should get at least 20 subscribers each and every stream. Bullock gives you best streams. Yeah, even Buggy, like the Buggy streams go hard. the Paki streams go hard. Like my most famous video, it comes from a Paki stream. So in Paki, there's a lot of space for me to enter there. But I really need to ask people to subscribe to this channel because we are lonely at the end of the day. We need a lot of people in the chat, especially if you are a true fan of Pula. Now it was another thing, and then Paki. Yeah, one of the biggest streams, I think it was One Piece or Blue Lock, and then Paki. The what's so interesting about the Paki stream is that I didn't even stream that Paki for a long time, dog. I did the Paki stream for about 30 minutes and then I just posted it. And to tell you the truth, I don't feel Paki right now. I really don't feel Paki at all. I don't think Paki is something I should do content on. Then One Piece and then Prologue, yeah. They do give me a lot of traction, especially Prologue. So, and please, dog, I will try to end the stream right now and let's meet again G, on the One Piece stream. I hope we will have Oratila there with us so that we can put you, Zoro fans, to some slander because this is a very nice gag for Zoro fans. This chapter would be a very good way to tease Zoro fans. It's not hate or anything, guys. We're just sharing the joke that Oda made and we're just gonna indulge in it because it's fantastic. But and so I will be looking forward to talking to you. And I will download Discord soon so that we can exchange information, guys. Because you guys are doing good when it comes to YouTube. How many subscribers are you on? Subscribe to EXO, you guys. Subscribe to my G. How many subscribers are you on? Buy me G. Buy G. Now I can end the stream with 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 my eyes, with my eye. Yo, English. Fuck. With my heart at ease. Yes. Till the next stream, EXO.